This is my first book, Journey of a Wave. It has 15 immigrant stories, 30 poems, and many gratitudes and reflections. So this is a story on my son's birth. As we waited through Jess's contractions, in my mind, I'm thinking, just maybe, the doctor is right in insisting that she delivers via a C-section. My wife demanded and was insistent on having a natural birth. I'm 30, a young dad, and all I could do was hold her hand. I hid my concerns and fears as we waited for her to dilate enough to deliver. Hours went by and the contractions just got worse. I was watching the readings on the monitor and saying, "That was a big one, eh, honey?" I was an idiot. For the men reading this story, you never say that to your wife. Obviously, it was a big one. She's feeling every single contraction. After being in labor for 15 hours, my wife couldn't handle the pain and asked for an epidural. More hours ticked by and no anesthesiologist came by. A few more hours and still no one. It was almost midnight when finally the anesthesiologist came by and started talking about the risks of an epidural. On hearing about the chance of paralysis, my head began spinning. I'm thinking, how am I going to care for 2 children and a paralyzed wife? Fear overwhelmed me. Then, after the waivers got signed and her back prepped for the epidural, I fainted. The strong smell of the sterilization solution combined with seeing a needle placed in her spine overwhelmed me. The nurses picked me up and sat me on a chair at the end of her bed and gave me apple juice to drink. What transpired soon afterwards was horror, seen straight out of the movies. After an entire day where my wife couldn't relax to begin labor, within half an hour of the epidural, she relaxed so much that my son's heartbeat was affected. Suddenly, I see a frantic rush by the doctors and the nurses to pull him out. I sat there with the front row view as they positioned her legs for delivery. For the rest of the horror story, you gotta read the book, Journey of a Wave. Cheers.